Kurt, it's been a great year for the National Hockey League. The average team value is now $490 million, 19% more than last year. A big part of that gain fueled by the new National Canadian media deal with Rogers Communications. That begins this year, but we factored some of that into our values. That's going to pay 2.6 times per year on average more than the previous Canadian TV deal. But at the same time, you look at the concentration in wealth in the NHL, and it's really stuck at the top.
Yeah, the top teams, are soaring in value as people are paying rich multiples for prime sports properties right now. At the top, we've got the Toronto Maple Leafs, haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1967, but still the most valuable franchise, $1.3 billion, despite one playoff appearance over the last 9 seasons. Top ticket prices in the league, have sold out the Air Canada Centre for more than 10 years. 13th busiest concert venue, according to Pollstar.
Which is something, because they also have the Raptors in the NBA, so there aren't too many dark nights there.
Exactly, they're still squeezing in concert dates. They're the only game in town, one hockey franchise, which makes them incredibly valuable. And then number 2, we've got New York Rangers, $1.1 billion. Right now, we're hearing that MSG is looking at splitting the company into 2 to unlock some of that value from the Rangers as well as the New York Knicks. Making the making the Stanley Cup Finals was a home run last year.
My boys, I thought we had it. But what did that add? About $20 million in operating income to the Rangers going to the finals?
Yeah, absolutely. The NHL takes 35% of the gate, but with that 65% left over, more concessions, it added about $20 million as far as we can tell. And that $1 billion renovation of MSG is really paying off in terms of sponsorships and premium seating.
Well, let's go to number 3, the Montreal Canadiens. Sellouts every year since 2004. That's huge because hockey, we know, much more than the other 3 major sports, really depends on local revenue because the national TV deal is smaller than the other leagues. And go down to number 4, another example, the Blackhawks, right? Highest attendance in the NHL. Number 5, I'm always kind of a little surprised, but the numbers support this, the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, Canucks are a great situation. Although we'll see if there's a little weakness there. Broke a 400-plus sellout streak in October. They've sold out every game since 2002 until this year, but still one of the top prime properties in the NHL, worth $800 million by our count.
Yeah, one potential problem though for the league or concern is, it's more profitable than ever thanks to the new collective bargaining agreement, but at the same time, 69% of the operating profits went to the 5 most valuable teams. There's just huge cash flow there. And you go down to the bottom and there's still a bunch of teams losing money. How do you think the NHL resolves that going forward?
Well, they've certainly increased revenue sharing. That has helped, but again, we're still seeing teams at the bottom losing money. There's only so much losses they can wipe out. One problem is that those teams at the top are continuing to grow revenue, which is bumping up the salary cap, and so it's hard for those low revenue teams to keep up.